Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to a suggestion video featuring Bessie. This was suggested to me by Anthony Roy. Thank you very much for the suggestion, I really do appreciate it. And if you want to suggest something yourself, the information on how to do so will be in the description below. I just wanted to mention to you guys, I started school yesterday, my first year of high school as a freshman, and let me know when you guys are starting school, and if you already did, let me know. And I was actually recommended a very nice idea about rewarding suggestions based on people's grades, and it is a quite new idea. I've never heard anybody do it before. There are a few things that I'd have to work out about it, so that'll probably be down in the future in a little bit, a few months maybe, not that much, but I just have to work out how I'm going to do that. And I really do appreciate the person who recommended me to do that, so I will probably get that going very soon. So let's get into the review of Bessie here. If you guys remember, this was actually in one of my 12 days of Christmas videos, which, if you guys are wondering, will be coming back, but it will only be 2015 cars, only cars that were released in 2015, so it's kind of like a roundup of the year, but we'll talk about that when the time comes. But this was one of those videos, and I did the review of it, but my camera wasn't that good, so now it's quite better. We could take a better look at Bessie here, who was released in 2010 as a deluxe, obviously, and this is a car that a vehicle that does not have, eyes, does not have a basically, it's kind of sounding dark, but it does not have a soul. It's just kind of a piece of equipment, but it's a very well detailed piece of equipment. Obviously, this is the road paver that McQueen uses to pave the road. Now, unfortunately, this bar here is too low to connect to most cars. Most cars that I try cannot connect to it because, as you can see, it's a little bit too low for McQueen to lash onto. So you kind of have to lift it up, and it kind of fits in there if you lift it up, but still, you can't really pull it around unless you modify it or something, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not a big deal because you could always have it on display like that, and it looks like McQueen is dragging it. And also in a playset a few years before 2010, I believe, a plastic version of Bessie was released, but now this version, which is diecast, was released in 2010. It was a very nice diecast, and obviously you got the kind of oil tanks up here, I guess, for the tarmac, and spilling out, which looks great, and all the black kind of detailing of dust and dirt and all that stuff looks very nice. These two little small wheels that don't turn the best, but they do turn, and they're very nicely detailed as well. And you got this big steamer on the bottom here. The only complaint I have is that this isn't detailed as much as, the base is even detailed. Look at the base is all detailed, but they just didn't detail the steamer part here. And on the back here, we also got some nice detailing. It says caution, equipment service may be hot, and it's kind of texturized here. There's a few dots, as you can see here, and caution print there. Basic service equipment. Bessie on the one side here, which is nice. So a very nice car, or vehicle I should say, and you got all the kind of gravel up here, I guess. I'm not really too familiar with this. This is where it would all spill out, why McQueen would be pulling it along. So it's very nicely detailed, lots of details, some tanks on the side here as well, kind of a contraption right here. But, excuse me. Unfortunately, this was a quite rare diecast, and I believe I picked mine up at a kind of a show. I'm not sure, I probably mentioned this in one of my videos before, but it's this show in Chicago for wheels. It's called Wheels Show, and it has real life cars along with vendors that sell cars, and it's every other year. So it was this past in the spring, and it was pretty bad. There were not many vendors with actual cars. But I do remember back a few years ago when it was probably in 2010. Yeah, 2010. No, it probably was 2011. I'm not really sure. But this was actually there, and I bought it, and it was $30. And I thought, man, that's expensive. But I realized that it was definitely a good deal because now these are going for over $100 on eBay. So I don't know, but I would not be surprised if this did not get re-released because we're getting a lot of deluxe release, new deluxe and re-release, such as Frank. We have Frank here, who is also a very detailed deluxe, and is the Combine, who got re-released this year, 2015. So who knows, we might get a re-release of Bessie, which would be great. I'm not really sure. I mean, they re-released Chuck Choke Cables, who was kind of a rare one, so they're re-releasing a lot of them, so I wouldn't be surprised if this one was re-released as well. So that would be very nice for some newer collectors or people who did not have the chance to get it when it came around. So that's pretty much all for this suggestion video. Thank you, Anthony Roy, for the suggestion. I do appreciate it, and as I said, if you want to suggest something yourself, it's listed on how to do so in the description. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope the suggestion video lived up to what you'd hoped it'd be. I'll see you guys for Saturday's video, Q&A time again, and I'll see you guys then. Bye now.